Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm just going to share a little bit more of my film journey with you. So back when we first checked in, I'll grab my first camera here. I showed you a little bit about my apartment, and then I also gave you a little preview about the film I've been starting shooting with this camera, the Anotha One. If you haven't seen that video, it's on my channel. Otherwise, I've been shooting with this camera for a little while. Started shooting with the film that came in it. It was some old like Kodak Gold 200 or 400, maybe 400, I don't know. Some old Kodak Gold, I think is what it was. But it was at least 20 or 30 years old, so I got that roll back, and it was all damaged from the heat. Old film usually gets damaged if you don't care for it properly, of course. So it was all tinted green and magenta, and just was interesting. Wasn't perfect, and just had its kind of own aesthetic that way. So maybe I'll throw some stuff on the screen now of those shots. But the first roll was interesting, and then I put some Ultramax in it almost right after, so you can see the little tag on the back. So I've shot Ultramax through this. I also purchased Kodak Gold 200 and Superior 400 as well. But I actually haven't been shooting with this camera a lot lately because I picked up a second film camera, and that's this camera right here. It's a Ricoh FF3 AF Super. Kind of a long name, but it's an interesting camera from Ricoh from back in the day. So if you don't know, Ricoh is, I guess, more of a prominent manufacturer of cameras back in the past versus in the present. They do make cameras now as well, but they were, I think, more into it back in the day. So I started off on this and then moved to this Ricoh, and that's actually something I take with me almost every day now at this point. So this Ricoh is with me with the little bag that it came with. It also came with some cool lens attachments, which I hadn't seen before on point and shoot cameras at least. A wide angle adapter and a tele adapter. I haven't really dove in and chose and seeing what kind of those filters do exactly, or those attachments do exactly, so maybe I'll have to test that, maybe on this roll or a different roll. But as I said, this is the kind of my everyday carry film camera at this point. Of course, it's a point and shoot, so it's smaller and lighter, and it's got flash and timer and all that stuff on it too. There is one little quirk that it takes a little getting used to, but it's kind of nice that it helps you a little bit in the sense that there's frame lines in this camera. The viewfinder is wider and shows way more than the actual camera takes a picture of, versus this Anotha 700. Actually, the frame of reference and kind of your viewfinder through the camera is actually like 95% of what the actual sensor captures. So just some quirks with these different film cameras, of course. I actually really enjoy shooting with this, and I was just actually a little nervous because, of course, you don't know what the film looks like until you get developed after. So I bought the camera, sort of thought it had worked, had made noises and beeped and everything when I tested it before I actually bought it. But after I put my first roll in, it was making some weird noises and doing some weird things. I got all the way through the roll, and it was making weird noises, and I think it captured like 10 different shots on the last image or something like that. And then also I got like 3 or 5 shots, 8 shots in or whatever. Not very far, but a decent little amount on a roll of Ultramax 400, I think. And then I went and dropped it, and the film door came open on the back. And if you know anything about film cameras, if you expose the film to any light before it's all back in the roll and properly developed, you just destroy the images you've taken so far. So fortunately, like I said, it was at the beginning of the roll, so I was able to salvage the rest of the roll and take some cool pictures. But like I said, there is some quirks with the roll with like the 10 frames on one frame kind of deal, whatever. But that's what I've been doing with this camera. It's been really fun to just carry this around. Some days I take like 0 pictures with it. Other days I take like 5 or 6. Like before this video, I was running around taking pictures because it was golden hour and the light looked cool and clouds and all that stuff. So it's all depending on like what I see and what captures my eye to take a picture of. You have to be a little more intentional with film, of course. You can't just spray and check and find the 1 in 100 photos you took that are actually good with like you can with digital. So it's more intentional, more slow down, which actually kind of like makes you fall in love with photography all over again. So this is what I've been shooting with again, the Ricoh FF3 AF Super. Kind of interesting name, but it's an old 80s film camera that does autofocus and some other things. Really early stages, of course. So that's been fun to shoot with this. I still shoot with this every once in a while too. It'll be interesting to do a couple of comparisons to see if things look different at all even. I think my buddy said he had some more lenses for cameras like this, so I'll have to see if he does there. Maybe that'll give me to shoot more of this again, just different focal lengths and that kind of thing. Because of course with this, it's just a stock 35 f3.2 I think or something. So it's good enough for like street photography and daylight and stuff. And of course, exposure is always determined by a few different things. So it's perfectly functional. Shoots at golden hour, shoots during the day, all that stuff. So it's all good there. And then it's actually a fun feature that'll prompt you when you need the flash with the light meter inside and stuff too. So it's a great camera. Having fun with it so far. It'll be interesting to get the second roll back to see how much better it was than the first, and so on and so forth. So just having fun with film right now with these 2 cameras, mainly this one though. So I just wanted to update you and share my film journey, what's been going on. So I'll share some images from all the different rolls I've shot so far throughout this video, and then we'll do a montage at the end here probably of all the leftover stuff that I haven't showed already. But thanks for watching. Here's all the film cameras again that I've been shooting with lately. It's just been fun, like I said, to slow down and just take some more photos and get back into photography a little bit more, kind of back to the basics, whatever you want to call it. But that's all for this video again. Thanks for watching my film photography journey so far, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.